In the top stories, CARICOM Youth Ambassador says OECS Council of Ministers meeting provides platform to address regional challenges. 2 prisoners injured during fire at Guyana prison, and Trump and Harris clash in heated 2024 debate. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson. Nationally, Jalen Munzak, CARICOM Youth Ambassador for St. Kitts and Nevis, believes the OECS Council of Ministers meeting provides an opportunity for a region to address obstacles impeding its growth. He made the statement at the inaugural ceremony of the OECS Council of Ministers for Health, Human and Social Development and Education.
Today's meetings will provide us with a crucial platform to tackle these challenges head-on and to forge a path towards development that is both present and future-oriented. The theme, regional development and sustainability through quality education and social empowerment, perfectly encapsulates the essence of what we aim to achieve. It was Nelson Mandela who famously posited in simple but profound words, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Indeed, education has the transformative power to drive the sustainable regional development that we so wish for. It is not merely about books and pens. It is a powerful tool that equips us to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing economy.
The opening ceremony of the inaugural meeting of the Joint Council of Ministers, Health, Human and Social Development and Education is being held in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis. Present at the ceremony is senior government officials from across the Federation, including a Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley. Join us this evening for more on the opening ceremony. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has decided to build a new hospital that can resist severe shifts in global climate. That is according to the Prime Minister and Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew.
Climate change.
Okay.
The present hospital cannot sustain climate change. We get hit by a hurricane, it's gone. The roof was leaking for years. We just fixed the roof. So it's not an issue now, but if you were to get hit by a hurricane and it's gone, then people would say, why didn't the government do something knowing that the hospital is the most important institution? So I have that knowledge.
Speaking in his capacity as Minister of Health, Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew provided an update on the ongoing discussion for construction of the new hospital, which the government says would be climate smart.
Okay, we just signed off on the final specs of what the hospital would look like after significant consultation within among the health workers and healthcare and the health providers. We didn't just want the architect to just engineer to just come in and just say what the hospital wanted, their input.
Okay.
And so we have signed off on that. So right now we are very advanced. We are now in the process of soil testing, which is the scientific soil testing that's going to be done, getting the preparations ready. So I can tell you that that is very, very advanced. Of course, to get to that point of the planning and all of that, the financing and get everything together. So to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, the hospital is very, very advanced and construction will commence within the next few months.
Dr. Drew said while the intention is to construct a new hospital, his administration continues to address the existing issues at the present facility, adding that several upgrades have been made, such as the repair of the roof and training of medical professionals there.
So in a sense, I will say there, Ron, is that we have invested significantly. So we are not waiting for the new hospital. We are addressing the issues at the present JNF. Go up there and look at the foyer. I don't know if you have visited. We modernize it. Go up there and see how many doctors working in the emergency room department, the most ever. Go up and look at the internists, the most ever. So I keep reinforcing that and saying that to show that we have invested significantly.
An offer and acceptance document was signed on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2024, between Prime Minister Drew and the president of the Overseas Engineering and Construction Company, Mr. James, for the construction of the new hospital. Captain Kieron Pollard delivered a powerful performance, scoring an unbeaten 52 off just 19 balls to guide the Trinbago Knight Riders to a thrilling 4-wicket win over St. Lucia Kings in the Republic Bank Caribbean Premier League (CPL) at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground. Chasing 188 after the Kings posted 187 for 6, the Knight Riders got off at a strong start thanks to Shakir Paris, who hit a blistering 57 from 33 balls. However, the team stumbled in the middle overs, leading 27 runs needed from the last 12 balls. Pollard then turned the tide, smashing 4 sixes off Matthew Ford in the penultimate over, sealing the win with 5 balls to spare. The Knight Riders now hold a 2-1 record, while the Kings stand at 2-2. Earlier, the Kings recovered from a poor showing against the Guyana Amazon Warriors to pace their innings well after being put into bat. Opener Johnson Charles hit 2 sixes early, and captain Faf Duplessis added some quick runs despite being dropped twice before his dismissal by Mr. Samuel. Sunil Narine capitalized on spin-friendly conditions, taking 2 for 13 from 4 overs. Roston Chase led the late charge with an unbeaten 56 from 40 balls, pushing the Kings to a competitive total. The Knight Riders needed a fast start, and Narine responded before falling to debutant Campbell. Campbell's confidence waned after dropping Jason Roy, leading to a flurry of sixes and from Paris, who reached his 50 in just 20 balls. However, Paris's momentum was halted by Alzari Joseph's short pitch bowling, and he was eventually dismissed by spinner Noor Ahmad. With wickets falling around him, Pollard maintained his composure, scoring his first CPL half-century since 2021 and steering his team to a memorable victory, much to the dismay of the local fans. In regional news, 2 prisoners were injured on Monday during a fire at the St. George prison when a fellow prisoner set fire to a mattress. According to the Guyana Prison Service, inmate Dylan Blake, who is of unsound mind and is serving a 20-year sentence for rape, allegedly lit his mattress at approximately 2 p.m. in his cell of the security block of the prison. The officer in charge of the Georgetown prison, Senior Superintendent Olivia Cox, said the situation was quickly brought under control by the officers who were on duty. Blake and another inmate, Christopher Stanley, who is also of unsound mind, were immediately taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation for medical treatment. The prison service noted late Monday it is unclear at this moment the severity of their injuries. Newly elected President of Parliament Raymond Caperveen has lost his position barely a few hours after being elected on Sunday. He now holds the record of the shortest presidency of Parliament in Aruba after the government retired shortly following his election. Aruba's legislature or parliament consists of 21 members who are elected on a national level for a 4-year term. The country operates on a multi-party system, and in the 2021 general election, the MEP party emerged victorious and formed a coalition government with the RISE party, with their mandate extending until 2025. Each year, members of parliament elect a new president. This year, the senior coalition partner, MEP, sought to extend Edgar Vrolik's term as president, while the junior coalition partner, RIAS, opposed their reappointment. The disagreement led to a political deadlock, with both parties declaring late Monday night that they were ready for elections if a consensus could not be reached. On Monday, Parliament voted and elected Rhea's fraction leader, Raymond Caperveen, as the new president. In response, Prime Minister Evelyn Weaver-Crowes and her MEP ministers submitted their resignations to the government of Aruba. As a result, Aruba is now governed by a caretaker government, and new elections have been scheduled for December 6, 2024. In international news, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris faced off for the first and possibly only debate of the 2024 presidential race on Tuesday night, engaging in a series of sharp exchanges at the National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. The debate began with Vice President Harris crossing the stage to shake hands with Trump, setting a combative tone as she quickly criticized his economic policies, refusal to concede the 2020 election, and praise for authoritarian leaders. Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people, she said, referring to Biden's winning vote count. Trump, initially restrained, grew more combative as Harris continued her attacks, accusing him of failing to focus on America's needs. Trump, in response, labeled Harris Biden and blamed her for inflation and economic troubles. He also defended his stance on abortion and his controversial immigration policies while emphasizing his economic record. A standout moment occurred after the debate when pop star Taylor Swift endorsed Harris on Instagram, calling her a gifted leader, a move that could sway younger voters in Harris's favor. The debate highlighted deep national division, with both candidates appealing to their core supporters while attempting to sway undecided voters ahead of the 2024 election. Wildfires continue to ravage Southern California, forcing thousands to evacuate. In Wrightwood, a mountain community of 4,500 people, residents watch as the sky turned from cherry red to black within 90 minutes as the bridge fire approached. Alex Lunar, a 20-year-old missionary, described the scene as hellish, with ash falling like snow. Evacuation orders were issued as the bridge fire, one of three major wildfires currently burning in South California, threatened tens of thousands of homes amid a recent heat wave. The cooler weather expected from Wednesday may help firefighters make headway, but threats remain. Fires are also raging across the West, with major blazes in Idaho, Oregon, and Nevada. In Northern California, a fire destroyed at least 30 buildings and forced 4,000 people to evacuate in Clear Lake City in North San Francisco. In Southern California, evacuation orders expanded on Tuesday, including parts of Big Bear, a popular ski town. The line fire grew to threaten over 65,000 homes, nearly doubling the previous day's number. Thick smoke forced several schools to close throughout the end of the week, with 3 firefighters injured since the blaze began on Thursday. Nearby, the airport fire in Orange County spread rapidly, ignited by heavy equipment. By Tuesday night, it had charred more than 30 square miles and continued towards Riverside County without containment. 2 firefighters and a resident were treated for injuries. In Trabuco Canyon, despite a mandatory evacuation order, some residents choose to stay. Quote, "You can see fire coming over the ridge now," said Sherry Franksker, who remained at home with her family. "It's getting a little scarier now," end quote. With California entering peak wildfire season, authorities are on high alert as they battle the destructive flames. And now for the weather. Present weather is cloudy. Winds are a gentle breeze of 9 miles per hour from the east. The temperature is 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. The weather forecast for today and tonight predicts partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:16 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:59 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson.